guess Evan for starters, just kind of take me through that at bat there in the eighth. You got down to 2 strikes and fouled off a few pitches. Just what was that, and then take me through the base paths there.
Well, to start, I just knew that I had to get on no matter what, and then forgot what the count started at. I know I had 2 strikes, and I just kept fouling them off, just kept working it, and then I finally got the walk, and then I got to first, and we put a hit and run on, and then
right swing, bro.
And then yeah. So we went, and then Brant, he didn't connect there, and I slid in second. I saw the ball went into the outfield, and I just got up and got to third.
What was going through your head going from second to third there? Because the ball didn't get too far away from, I guess, the baseman there.
I better get on my horse.
I guess Coach Kingston was joking that when they moved you from a reliever to starter, 7 innings, 3 hits in the middle of an SEC series maybe wasn't something they expected.
Yeah.
I guess just where do you feel like you're at right now, and what was working for you tonight?
I feel really good. Like my legs feel really strong, my body feels really good. Staying flexible, making sure my arm is okay, but just make sure I'm staying in rhythm and using my core a lot. That's really the key.
In terms of working with Coach Parker, I think Coach Kingston mentioned, you learned a cutter in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I guess just how's that gone down or worked, or what's kind of been behind that, I guess?
Well, my fastball, it usually, when I first came in my freshman year, it didn't have good spin on it, and it would cut sometimes, and I always thought about throwing a cutter, but this year I started starting, so I needed 4 pitches, so I was like, I might as well turn it into a cutter and get my 4-seam right, so that's about it.
So, when did that actually start becoming a thing, I guess?
So last fall I was hurt, and we were talking about throwing in the cutter, but I couldn't throw it. So I'd say December. I started throwing it December, and that's about it.
I guess when did you start mixing it in games? Was that
just the first outing, I guess. Okay. He was just kind of he was just see if it works, and then it'll work, and sits at 89, 90, so I'll take it. Yeah.
Evan, I guess this is the second straight game where you've kind of been the catalyst there. You go first to third last night and then do it again. Just what do you feel like your role is on this team right now, and how comfortable do you feel nearing the end of your freshman year?
Just from the hitting standpoint, just do whatever I can to get on and just move around on the base path. And then on the defense standpoint, just go out there and lock down the outfield.
And for both of you guys, just how important, coming off what happened at Auburn, obviously, just how important was it to come out and kind of put this series away in the first 2 games and just come out of this winning 2 out of 3 regardless of what happened?
You want it?
Pretty big.
Get your practice in.
Yeah.
I guess, I think you were about the first guy out there to meet Matt coming off the mound. I guess what did you kind of say to him, and what was that like to see him kind of lock things down those last 2 innings?
It's just cool to see him succeed, really. I guess Auburn last week, he wasn't really himself. He wasn't really feeling himself. So for him to be able to turn around and forget about that and forget about those 5 runs or however many runs he let up and come out and close the game, that's tough. I like that.
I was going to say kind of to that. I mean, obviously you've pitched for a couple of years in college baseball, obviously a freshman and a guy like that to be stuck in that kind of position. I mean, what do you guys see from him as a competitor and what he's doing?
Yeah, he can get his head a little bit, but he's got that fire. He wants it. That's what I like about him the most, really. He's not really scared. He'll go up there and throw whatever and dare the hitter to hit it. I like that.
No, when did you kind of feel you were locked in and we're going to be on tonight?
Really, in my bullpen. I felt really good in the bullpen. My arm felt really good. Everything felt smooth. I had command of all 4 of my pitches in the bullpen, so I was like, if I'm throwing this now, I should be straight in the game.
I think this is the first time we got to talk to you since you changed your walk-up music. Can you take us through the Natasha Bedingfield and what went into that?
I was just talking to a couple of my buddies, and he sent that in there, and he said it'd be a classic. So here we are.
Did you think it would take off the way it's kind of taken off?
I did not.
Evan, you made that play in center field, I guess, to keep things where they were. I guess, what did you see on that ball, or how'd you kind of track it?
It was hit straight at me, so I sort of sat a little, and I saw it was dying, and I just came in and got it.
Think it'll be on SportsCenter later?
I don't know about that one. Maybe not that one.
Anything else for you guys?
Appreciate it.
Thanks,